I've always been having problems with my teeth my whole life. I've been kind of fighting it because when I was really young, I had a really high fever from pneumonia, and it ruined all my adult teeth, so they all grew in with no enamel on it. Some days it's hard to work, because sometimes you get like a bad tooth, you get a lot of pain, you got to try to work through that or, whatever. Went to the dentist, they said, they've been worked on so much, there's nothing worth saving, they got to get it ripped out. So wife went online looking for grants, loans, whatever she could find, and they're like, no, we can't help.
When the pandemic first begun, 2 years prior, about 2020, my daughter tried to take her own life. So I am trying to pay off a bill. And when she was sent over to Johns Hopkins for observations and stuff like that, my landlord let us know that he gave us 45 days to vacate. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I'm one of those people that's like, I don't want to ask the Compassion Fund because it's not a daily disaster, but I was cutting it very close because I had nowhere to go. So I ended up being in an Airbnb and paying that weekly by weekly, but that was tearing into my pockets. Trying to save and pay at the same time was crazy.
My wife, in February of 2022, she got diagnosed with COVID for a second time, and she was put in the hospital for 2 nights, and she hasn't been the same person since. She's a kindergarten teacher, so she's got many little regrets that she love her and she loves them back. And she was out of work for 7 months because of all the medical expenses. We had no savings left. I'd been using credit cards for multiple just regular expenses. I'm a mechanic. That's what I've done my whole life. Something's broke, I fix it. I can't fix what was going on. It was very hard to ask for help on that aspect because I should be able to provide for my family.
Prior to me starting with this company, my father was going through a battle with brain cancer. Financially, I was struggling to cover the funeral bills that were left to me as his beneficiary. I'm a single mom of 2 girls, so any type of unexpected expense is pretty hard to handle at this point. So the Compassion Fund really saved me on that and took a weight off my shoulders for sure.
In February of this year, my mom passed away unexpectedly, and thankfully the United Compassion Fund was able to step in and help us out. There's nothing better than knowing that in a situation like mine, I could leave in the middle of the night and call my supervisor on a Saturday to let him know what was going on, and they would make sure that everything was taken care of for me.
That was like my last resort. I donate to it because I didn't know, it's like, man, maybe I'll need it someday. It felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders for stress and everything. And I almost started crying in the shop. I'm like, oh, no, can't do that. And
But the Compassion Fund was there. We were able to move and get some stuff and even have some leftover where I could pay deposit on my utilities.
You know how some companies are out their promotion videos when you first started to employ, it's like, yeah, well, okay, cool. You kind of feel like a number, but then all of a sudden, you start working and you're like, oh, wow, they actually mean what they say. You don't feel like a number, you actually feel appreciated.
I can't think of any company that does stuff like this, right? There might be some, but I'm very grateful for the Compassion Fund for what they did for me. I bleed blue. You cut me, I bleed blue. So
it adds up for people who really are struggling, who are just trying to, make progress and even move up with the company. There's little speed bumps that everybody comes across, and it helps to have, coworkers and just people in the company to fall back on and to have that little cushion.
Thank you to everyone with United Rentals who contributes to the Compassion Fund. It helps people like me be able to continue to function after a major tragedy.
There's probably a person like I was right now struggling and keeping it inside, right?
You don't have to donate in order to apply to the Compassion Fund. That's what our company is all about. And I encourage anybody that is watching this video, if you don't donate, please, please, please donate. And for all of you that do donate, I thank you so much for your donations, because without that, you couldn't save Sparks. Thank you.